Just got out of the gym, was working out, decided to throw a few baskets. So went into the court and was throwing some free throws and running full court drills. And there was this guy practicing the whole time. And I was there for half an hour. Saw him in the weight room and he made eye contact a few times. It was actually kind of awkward. So then when he and I were the only ones on the basketball court, I thought, man, I should say hi to him or something because we saw each other upstairs. But he's shooting around for 20 minutes. I didn't see him make a single bucket. And he was throwing with his hands above his head. Just didn't have any form. And I'm like, is he just exercising? Is he working his shoulder or something? Or is he actually trying to make buckets? So I went and shot at the side hoop on his side. And after a few minutes, I thought, man, I got to teach this guy how to shoot buckets because he doesn't know. And I'm not great, but I had good coaches. So I'm like, well, that'd be rude. Like maybe he is just exercising his shoulder. So don't just go and start telling him how to play. So I said, hey, yeah, after you work out, it's hard to throw these balls, right? Like heavy, or rather light. The ball's too light after throwing all this weight around. And he says, I don't speak English. And he clearly didn't. So I said, oh, okay. Well, now it's real awkward, but I still felt compelled to like have a conversation with this guy. Long story short, I was staring at him for a minute and he said, go ahead, shoot. He thought I wanted to shoot on his bucket. I said, no, just come here. Let me show you how to shoot. And I stood on the free throw line just like my coaches taught me. Right foot right in the center of the paint. Right elbow right over right knee. All the weight carried by that right leg. And shoot. Fluid motion. You want to keep it consistent. Do the same thing every time. And make micro adjustments until you're banking, the majority of your shots. I showed him that. And then I let him be. He was shooting. And he still wasn't making them. So I'd come over every couple minutes and shoot one for him and, grab his foot and move it over on the paint. Long story short, skip all the way to the end. I'm getting his rebounds for him and he makes 4 in a row. Within 20 minutes of practice, guy goes from not making a single shot to 4 in a row while I'm watching and rebounding for him. And I thought to myself, okay, God damn it. I've been feeling this for a long time, but some people just have no clue. And it's not because they're bad players, it's because nobody ever taught them. Like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to throw a ball in a hoop, but if you want to get the majority of the balls in the hoop, then you should have a technique, and you should be able to replicate that technique 7 out of 10 times, 8 out of 10 times, to where you're only missing when something goes wrong. You don't have to just hope that it goes in. So that brings me to my point that I'm trying to make here for 3 minutes. I see a lot of people posting on Facebook that they got problems in their life. Problems that seem pretty obvious to me how to fix. Maybe there's a correlation here. Maybe they are easy to fix, but nobody showed them how to do it. So I'm no better at life than they are, but somebody showed me at a young age, do this, don't do that, and it'll solve some of your problems. And I think it could be just a technique, a very simple 1, 2, do this, don't do that, and some of these problems are fixed. So I'm thinking of like 3 people specifically that I am friends with, that I had a connection with, and they're going through stuff that they don't need to be going through, hardships that are unnecessary. There's pretty tried and true methods to navigate away from these like pains that they're having. And I wasn't just bystanding when they're talking. I private messaged every single one of them, and I'm going to give their initials, not because I want to single them out, but because I want them to know that this is like a personal message to human beings. It's individuals. I'm not just blasting the cloud. GM, JP, and TS. Okay, and I got 3,000 friends, and there's only 26 letters in the alphabet, so that could be a lot of people. But anyway, so I see these problems you guys are posting. I've private messaged each of you saying, hey, I can help. Like, there's no reason you need to be going through this. None of you took me up on that offer. I'm not offended. You're still having these problems. So that tells me a couple of things. Human beings in general, and you guys are no different, and I'm probably no different, would rather bitch about their problems than take steps to solve them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take 10 things that I see that are the most common problems people have. Things I've noticed since I've been in grade school, high school, college, professional life, and in a marriage, and now as a father. 10 things that I see the majority of people, not the majority of people, but the problems that keep coming up amongst my peer group. Things like money, depression, happiness, laziness. And I'm gonna put out 10 videos, 10 lessons. They could be 10 minutes, they could be 45, I don't know. I gotta go write them out, put some thought into it so they're good. And they're not a waste of breath and unrehearsed like this video. But I'm gonna put out 10 of Zach Block's life lessons. And maybe those people that need help would rather watch a video than have a one-on-one. That's cool. Maybe they're not gonna watch it, but maybe some other people will. And if it helps, awesome. And if it does, well, we'll get to that later. So anyway, this is the inspiration for all that. I'm gonna cap it now because we're already at 6 minutes and I had no intention of making this video that long. So I'm gonna cap it there. Coming up next is gonna be lesson number 1, live within your means. Meaning you gotta make money to live, you gotta make money in this world, in this society, and you gotta spend less than you make. So lesson number 1 coming soon. I don't know if it'll be in a week or in a couple of days, but some of you need to hear that, and then the rest will follow.